My name's Francisco Bustamante, but I go by Bobby. A lot of people call me Bobby. And I've been at neighborhood since I was 11 or 12, so that's 10 plus years.
Great. So let's kind of begin as far back at the beginning. So you were a kid in the neighborhood, and I'm sure there were friends of yours that were coming here to Kids Club or Monday nights or whatever. What do you remember about the very first time that you came here as a program kid?
So I do have to say, the first thing I got involved in at neighborhood was the Barrio Bike Shop. That's what brought me to neighborhood. I needed a bike that needed to get fixed, and a neighbor told me hey, the church here has a bike shop, and you can go and they'll teach you how to work on your bike. And so it was used to be open every Wednesday, and so Wednesday after school I went, and that's how I got involved the very first time. I was able to fix my bike. I met Chris Williams, who's a really cool guy, awesome guy, always has my back, I hope. But he taught me a lot about working on bikes and just taking pride in your work, and I got to build some really cool custom bikes in there when I was younger.
So what do you remember about the way in which the bike shop was set up so that young people from the community realize this is more than where I'm going to fix a flat tire. This is where I'm going to actually grow as a person, or grow with some skills, or become a part of this larger thing. Do you have a memory of when you realized this is more than just fixing a flat tire?
Yeah, so like I said, Chris was always willing to teach me new things, and I was always willing to learn. So I really liked that. The bike shop offered many tools and resources. Wait, I'll repeat that. So the bike shop offered many tools and resources that I didn't have at home, which is part of what drove me to come here. Because there was a lot of cool tools, and I didn't have that at home. So I knew coming here, it was that resource, and I was able to take advantage and learn to do these new things that I didn't have access to elsewhere.
So when did you realize there were other programs where the kids from the community were also participating in, whether it was Kids Club or Monday nights? When did that happen?
Right. So shortly after I got involved with the bike shop, I also started attending the Monday night elementary school, what is it, day camp, or what would you call it? I can repeat that.
Yeah, so Monday nights is basically one way to say it is the after school program that happened during the school year.
Okay, so I'm gonna read.
Kids Club is the summer part.
The summer. Okay, so going back, I shortly after getting involved with the bike shop, I then got involved in Monday night, which is like the Monday night program for the youth in the neighborhood. Most of the kids from the neighborhood already came here, so it was a thing to just go with all your friends to Monday nights, play activities with leaders, learn a little bit about God, and just overall have fun. So that was the next part in my career with neighborhood.
Yeah, so and then you would do the summer part, the Kids Club day camp in the summers?
Yeah, so I grew out of Monday nights. That goes up to 7th grade, I believe. Started coming to Wednesday nights, which was like the junior high school program. There I got involved with the leadership class that Ian used to run back in the day. So that got me involved, more involved in my community. Started to give back. Got involved in some community service events. It just surrounded me by good people with good intentions. We were involved in our community. I remember we used to canvass, we used to register people to vote. and that was literally back when I was like in 8th grade, freshman year. So very young, but still like doing good things in our community.
So it sounds like you went from being a regular kid wanting to, get handy with tools and fix your bike to somebody who was being invested in as a leader in the community. Do you remember that type of conversation of you guys are going to change the world, or you guys are going to impact the community, and where you started to see older people looking at you as a future leader?
Yeah. Well, so can you repeat that question? So when did I see it, or where?
When did you realize that these older people like Ian and others were looking at you as a future leader in the way they were training you?
Honestly, I didn't realize like how much was given to me at an early age until now that I'm older. Back then, I would just kind of like go with it. But now that I'm older, I for sure appreciate it more. People at Neighborhood just always had my back. I can say they always wanted the best for me, and they always put me in a position to succeed. But back then, I didn't realize it. I just kind of went with the flow, did what I was encouraged to do. I wouldn't say forced, because I did it willingly. But I didn't realize it until now that I'm older, honestly.
So let's go back to that, the way you can see now as an adult. You can see what it was like back then. What were these adults asking you to do where you realize, wow, because I learned how to do that, I was growing in who I am today, or I was growing as a leader, or I was growing of influence? What were they teaching you to do?
Right. So growing up as a kid here, we always had like our leaders, our small group leaders that I like soon transitioned to after being involved in Wednesday nights. I even did the summer internship 2 years. So I think those 2 years that I did the internship really helped me grow as a person and as a leader overall. I had a group of kids that looked up to me and that expected me to be there for them, and just how older leaders were there for me when I was a kid. So I feel like that sense of like generation like really plays a big role in Neighborhood. To this day, like you build lifelong friendships with these kids. Some of these kids that I had growing up as a small group leader, like I know they remember me today. Every time I see them around Neighborhood, we always like have a good talks. Yeah, I mean.
So I'm not gonna expect you to, think big of yourself so that, you feel like I'm making you say something out loud. But this is how I want to ask the question. Probably those leaders saw something in you, something that they knew they could develop, something they knew that even though you didn't know about yourself, they knew existed in you. And so that's why they kept, being an intern or be a small group leader, or come do this, come canvas, come be part of this team. Can you look back now as an adult at that younger Bobby and say, I think this is what they saw in me? Can you name it?
Name what they saw in me?
What they saw in you.
Well, I don't know, ever since, I wouldn't exactly be able to like put it in words what they saw in me, but I'd like to say it's something good, now that I'm older, I kind of want to see in myself what they saw in me. So this is why, like, I'm still around, I guess. I want to give back to my community. How it gave back to me.
Mm-hmm. You were also taught to take some young people under your wing, and my guess is maybe instinctively because of what people saw in you, you started to try to figure out how to see some things in younger people. So we're still developing the next generation of leaders here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to teach a class, say on Wednesday nights, to some of those younger people, what would you say to them about how there are older people looking at them for their potential? Can you sort of imagine how you would want to inspire them to believe that there's something good in them that is worth developing?
Yeah, well, I would say that no matter who you are or where you come from, like moving forward, like whatever you want to do is like up to you. Like you have the power to turn your life around or like go in whatever direction you'd like to go. It might not be easy. It might not be like the easiest thing you've done, but hard work pays off. And I know in Spanish is like échale ganas, like si le echas ganas, like you can do whatever you set your mind to. And I believe that because I do it, you know.
Mm-hmm. So we say to each other, don't give up. You're worth it. You're worth being invested in. You have something beautiful in you that needs to mature and grow. And that's what this place is all about. Can you say, what's one of the things that Neighborhood Ministries does right in that conversation? What do we do right with each other, where we encourage each other to not give up or to believe in yourself or to let others believe in you? Can you describe what Neighborhood Ministries does right in that area?
Neighborhood Ministries does a really good job of sticking to its core values. I know one of them is like incarnational love, right? So I feel like no matter if you've been around and then leave for a few years, like you're always welcome back with open hands. I feel like everyone here is just really positive. Everyone I can say wants the best for each other. We're all coworkers. We all get along. It's just overall really good, positive environment for children, like adults, like no matter who you are, there's a place here for you. And I feel like just that itself, like, plays a big role in like the dynamic around here.
Yeah. So, so you have a child, a little boy. And he's going to be around Neighborhood a lot because both you and your wife are around here a lot. What do you hope for him here? What do you see potentially being available for him here?
So yeah, that's another thing in my story. I was lucky enough to meet my partner here at Neighborhood Ministries. We were both doing like the summer internship and we just connected and been together ever since. It's been like 8+ years. So yeah, I'm super happy about that. But if I could see something, I'd like my son to be around Neighborhood because of that positive culture I mentioned. I know that there's other people here that also have their children that they want to bring up here, and I know it's like a family away from your family.
Yeah, good. Well, Bobby, thank you so much for this beautiful interview. We've had a chance to get a little bit of a glimpse of your story growing up here from the time you were young to today. Now, maybe the one thing I didn't mention is actually you work here now.
Yes.
So if I could just ask you one last question. What is your job here, or what have your jobs been here, and what are you currently doing for employment?
Okay, so I first started working at Neighborhood about 3 years ago. I got involved with our Nueva Esperanza program that works with unaccompanied minors. I was doing transportation there, learned a lot about booking flights, like just overall being professional in my work. I now transitioned into more of an IT role. My position is IT Tech Tier 1, and also going back to school to pursue an IT career and some IT certificates. I'm taking advantage of the workforce program here at Neighborhood. They're helping me go back to school and pursue my IT career.
Great. Okay. And again, thank you so much. Thank you for being one of the 40 stories of reminding us of the beautiful way in which God has his hands on our community and on your life in particular.
Thank you for having me, Kate.